it?
I don't know. Brain inhibiting. That's a problem for me.
You're not taking any medication?
No, that medicine wasn't working. It was a brain inhibitor.
Do you still smoke?
Yes, ma'am.
Alright, remember the last time you were here, I did a swab on the inside of your cheek? Well, the company had called back. Your insurance wouldn't pay for it at all. Because they want medical insurance, so we had to cancel the test because your insurance isn't medical, it's mental health and something else, I can't remember, but it doesn't cover that, so we ended up having to cancel
I
that.
got 2 insurance.
And we ran.
I guess y'all got both up there.
And it wouldn't go through,
That's cool.
so unfortunately we didn't get to do that.
Well, it's impossible to treat me like that.
Your insurance just wouldn't cover that anyway, it wants you to get a bill for $400, so.
Oh, I wouldn't have paid.
Alright, let's go in here.
Well, it don't seem like I can be treated since I have human authorities.
Come in. Just read that. I didn't know they, I hadn't had that problem before, so I didn't know that was the insurance they specifically used.
Yeah.
So unfortunately we weren't able to get that. Because you have Medicaid, right?
They're Medicaid and Medicare. We're both of them.
Yeah, so I was surprised. Let me see. Do you have, you got your Medicare card with you today? Order it for you.
Well, they disguise what it is. I don't know, let's see. I got Health Network for Louisiana. They ain't too concerned about your health, it sounds like.
It's Medicaid.
And then I got that one. One of them was for medicine.
Yeah, alright, so this is the one that's getting your mental health medicine and stuff. But you got Medicaid. Hmm. Let me see. See if we have a copy of it. You were able to pick up that prescription I gave you?
Yeah.
You ever took that medicine? Did you take it?
Yeah, it didn't work. It was a brain inhibitor.
A brain inhibitor? What you mean?
It's Inhibitor of the brain chemistry.
So, how long did you take it?
Long enough.
Well, I'm gonna call BS on that one.
And it's a brain inhibitor?
That you took it long enough. So I started you on it July 24th, and the medicine takes 6 weeks probably before you can judge it.
Oh, well, it's easy to judge. It tells you it's a brain inhibitor.
Okay.
It's pretty easy to judge.
Okay.
I don't understand why anybody would take a brain inhibitor.
Well, it's not a brain inhibitor. It inhibits a specific chemical in your brain that if you have too much of can give you trouble focusing. So that's why it's used so well in ADHD. I took it myself when I was younger. And it helped me focus in school and all that fun stuff. Okay. Let's see, logs. They've tried Effexor, they've tried Trazodone, they've tried Butadiene, they've tried Lexapro, they've tried Strattera.
Then it's even called terror in it, huh?
It's called Strattera. It's just a poor choice of a brand name. The real name is atomoxetine. That's the actual name of it. Well, my honest recommendation would be that if ADHD is your trouble, that you take that medicine for at least 6 weeks before we judge whether it failed or not. Because I know it works from personal experience. I use it a lot.
That's like a terror.
No, it's just the name. It's just the name has that word in it.
It gives me terror.
It gives you terror. What did it do to you?
It's a brain inhibitor. Brain chemistry inhibitor.
It is a norepinephrine reuptake inhibitor.
I might need my norepinephrine.
Well, I think the norepinephrine. So, I'll explain. So, when your body releases this chemical, it doesn't want to waste it, so it absorbs it back up, right?
That's smart.
Yeah. So, what this does is it prevents it from reabsorbing all of it, so that you've got extra chemical, which helps you focus.
Mm-hmm.
So if I release 10 pieces and my body absorbs 10 pieces, then if I need 12 pieces, it prevents the body from absorbing all 10, so that the next time I've got a few left over, so I get extra. I get a little extra each time. So that's how it helps you. Blood pressure today. Blood pressure. Exact same. It's good. Okay. Well, what do you think? What do you think we should do?
I don't know. I'm not allowed to have medicine that'll help. That's what I find.
Well, what kind of medicine are you talking about?
Because it can be abused, so it's like you can't have it.
Yeah, that's the problem with a lot of them.
Well, why am I discriminated against?
You're not. It's
Even when I used to take it and it helped.
the problem is they want us to at least try all the ones that aren't as easily abused before we use those.
They don't do that with children. They just give it.
They do that with children.
When they didn't do that with me when I was a child.
Back in the day they didn't, but they do it now. They use all the non-stimulants before they use the stimulants. stimulants aren't, especially for kids, aren't as safe. You know, they stunt their growth and all that fun stuff. So they try all the non-stimulants before they get into the stimulants as a last resort. I mean, there are other things we can try, but again, it's up to you. I mean, they got you diagnosed with schizophrenia.
Yeah, I think that's more of like my culture and way of life.
Okay. I mean, do you hear voices other people don't hear, or see things other people don't see?
No. Well, I see a lot of things. I do think people might be blind to it.
Okay. What about sleep? Do you sleep?
Well, I sleep well. Every time I'm tired, I sleep.
Okay. Well, that's good.
I ain't gonna lie, you know, most of my mental health record is inaccurate.
Okay.
And I've tried to notify, you know, like mental health advocacy, and I'm just ignored.
Well, the only mental health record I have is just the ones, the ones from that you've seen in our company. So I guess it would be like Dr. Wagner and I think
I would call him a terrorist, Dr. Wagner.
What did Dr. Wagner do to you?
He just, he you know, he said, yo, you got these religious beliefs, and he forced all kind of shots on me and locked me up in a.
Oh, he did try to give you a shot?
No, he ain't trying, he did.
Oh, they gave you one? Okay, I didn't see it, I'm sorry.
That's when I was in jail.
Oh, he saw you when you were in jail? Okay.
That was the first time I seen him.
I got you, okay. Yeah, he does all of our, he sees all of our jail folks each week.
Yeah, I would classify him as a terrorist, or as a treasonous, or something along those lines, communist, something.
Well, I'm sorry that was not a great experience for you.
No, yeah, he just opened up some papers. He's like, oh, he read all the wrong stuff and was like, oh, you got a chemical imbalance. Well, you ain't even reading the truth, man.
Well, have you ever taken any medicines that worked for your moods or the things you see or anything like that?
I don't even
Effective?
know where mood disorder come from. It just magically popped out of.
No, they just use it kind of goes along with.
It goes along with everything.
Goes along with it. Yeah, everybody's got a mood disorder.
Yeah.
Pretty much. Okay.
I find when two people don't see eye to eye, one of them's mentally ill.
No, that's not true at all. People are supposed to disagree. It wouldn't make any sense if everybody agreed. Well, we can help a couple of things. We can help your blood pressure come down some and help your ADHD at the same time. If you don't want to take the Strattera, I guess I can't make you.
All the other Dr. Wagner to make it.
We'll hit you on. We'll hit you with the next one down the list until we find one that works.
I'm gonna skip on the blood pressure. I just need to like exercise and diet. Usually
Yeah, I don't disagree with
it
it.
comes down for me when I do that.
This will just. I'm going to use this for ADHD, but just one of the bonuses is that it may lower your blood pressure a little bit too. Not a lot, nothing that you're going to feel, but it may bring it down a few points, which couldn't hurt. And then we got 2, 3, 4.
What kind of inhibitor is this one?
This is not an inhibitor. This is here, I like this word better. All right. This is a norepinephrine receptor agonist.
Oh, that's not. So this one's gonna produce more of it then.
That's right. Well, the other one just prevents your body from absorbing, so you get more. This one makes you actually produce more. We hope.
And what is norepinephrine?
So, norepinephrine is your energy chemical. You got all kinds of chemicals in your head. But when you don't have enough of it, you have trouble focusing, because believe it or not, it takes more energy to focus on something and concentrate than it does not to.
You know, on the little research I did about dyslexia and schizophrenia,
Mm-hmm.
you know, they would be like the concentration problems is schizophrenia,
Yep.
and focusing problems is ADHD. You know,
Mhm.
focusing problems ADHD. It's the same thing. Concentration and focusing is
It's
the
the same
same thing.
Yeah. You
So
have-
why have they done that?
Well, the reasons are different too. So it's hard to focus and concentrate in schizophrenia because you're being distracted by whether it's hearing things, seeing things, being real paranoid, stuff like that. Those are distracting to you. And ADHD, it makes you anxious, it makes you fidgety, trying to sit still and focus. You know what I'm saying?
Like how I do this to my knuckles?
Yeah, it's not
How I
because
fidget
you're being
with 'em.
distracted, it's just that you can't focus. So
That's what I do. That's
popping the
fidgeting.
knuckles,
I'm always, I don't even necessarily pop them. You know,
just always fidgeting with them.
yeah. But you know, I was originally diagnosed schizophrenia by a police officer.
Well, that's the wrong person to be married.
And I have been a piece of paper ever since. Piece of paper. I'm just along for the ride. And that's what happened. So why, if it's gonna produce more of this norepinephrine,
Mm-hmm.
how would that lower your blood pressure? That seems like it would raise it.
Well, because it only does it as far as the norepinephrine, it only does it in your brain. And it's not systemic. I mean, it doesn't do it to your whole body. If I gave you norepinephrine in your whole body, then yeah, it would raise your blood pressure. It just does it in your brain.
Just sticks to your brain somehow.
That's it. It just works up there. Something. Then you get all into kind of the chemistry of it, which is a little bit above my intelligence level. That goes to the people who developed this mess.
Well, I'm glad we agree it's a mess there,
We're just pumping these things out every day. We're just trying to use them to the best of our ability.
Yeah, they got, I feel, you know, the first generation antipsychotics come out, and now we're on this actual second generation of people, and we went ahead and called them second generation.
And now the second generation antipsychotics, they're the second generation because they're safer. They don't cause as many, you don't get as many side effects from them. They might be a little better for you long term than some of those first generations. But the first generations actually work a little better.
I think sometimes, you know, like, I know they say all these diseases in your brain, you know, don't come from the way your parents raised you, but I think they could solve a lot of problems if they just be like, look, you just don't act like that. You know, that's wrong. And it was your parents taught you that that was okay.
Well, I wish that worked.
You know, like this guy, I was with a guy, and you know, they're not supposed to drug them for their convenience, but that's all they did. They overdosed. They just sent him in an emergency ambulance to an emergency room. But you know, talk to them and be like, no, you can't touch on the nurses like that. You know what I'm saying?
Well, yeah, that makes sense.
But no, they just raw shots, raw more shots. And
Well,
you still gotta take your medicine. And
I hope they tried talking to him first, and then he got shot.
I don't know. I don't see they talk to nobody. And then you know, like at Jackson, the guards are dirty and everything. It's a horror when you go there.
Yeah, I haven't heard great things about it. I'll admit that to you. You still get your meds over there at the CVS in Walker?
I like to go to Walgreens. I just told you the wrong thing.
That's okay, I don't need to change it. So Walgreens
Yeah.
in Walker?
Yeah.
Walgreens in Florida.
Did you see the price of all this medicine?
Yep.
How much is this bottle of medicine without the insurance?
Without the insurance, I don't know.
You don't know?
It just shows me with the insurance. It's
Okay.
usually like $1 or less than $1.
Yeah, that ain't too much. I'm wondering how
But now
much that
these-
insurance is paying.
Well, now these older ones like this, they're not too bad. Well, that Strattera wasn't old. Your insurance was paying a lot for it. But the like this, this clonidine is not expensive at all, and it doesn't cost them anything, which is why they want us using these first before they like to pay for some of the newer ones. But some medicines, like some of those injections, are like $4,000 a pop.
Where it's like good for a month or
Yeah,
something?
so the patients will pay like $8, but the insurance will pay. That's why they give us such a hard time when we try to prescribe it. And they make us jump through a bunch of hoops. But they're good for people because it's tough for people to take pills every day, which can, cause trouble. So getting that shot just once a month, kind of takes that out of their hands. They don't have to sweat it.
Yeah. It's like, I was in Jackson, I got into a fight. Well, I punched him, and the nurse yelled, so I stopped.
You punched the nurse?
No, to get this the other patient.
Another student, okay.
And, as soon as she yelled, it was over with.
Yeah.
They didn't have to come in and pull us apart or anything. But why are they coming in there 20, 30 minutes later and then the guards call it the three-needle cocktail?
Oh, yeah, I guess because they think if you fight and you agitate or something.
That's drugging people for their convenience. It's not humane.
I don't necessarily agree with you there. If you were calm 30 minutes later when they came in there.
Yeah, laying in my bed. Like maybe they could lock me up in a little room. I can
let
understand
you
that.
cool off in there. Yeah, that would make sense.
But and the guards say, everybody fighting is mandatory. Three-needle cocktail. That's what the guards say.
Well, maybe if it had been 30 seconds later and you were still struggling with them, but if you just chilled out in your room, I don't disagree with you there, man. But at the same time, I had the luxury of saying that because I'm not in the hospital with them, so I don't know. Usually when it gets to that point, it's because they had some bad experiences where they didn't give somebody that three-needle cocktail, and then 30 minutes later they punched somebody else or something, I don't know.
Yeah.
All right, run to Walgreens, try this one out, and then I'll see you back, and if it doesn't work, we'll keep going down the road. Yeah, just send it through, so you can be able to do that.
that for you?
It's gonna just eventually get up with it. Yeah, it's gonna take a while, as long as I get the door.
Which is,
Let me pull the door out, because the camera is on this side. So to identify. So you want to